picking a random CD in my collection to see which one I want to review. And today I decided to choose Whole Lotta Red by Playboi Carti. Whole Lotta Red was released on December 25th, 2020, with 24 tracks and a runtime of 1 hour and 3 minutes. Whole Lotta Red was probably the most anticipated album of 2020. With so much hype around it, so much talk, people were just waiting for this album, and when it finally dropped, nobody liked it. It was utter trash. Even though the first week sales were very strong at exactly 100,000 units sold, it didn't stop it from being one of the most hated albums of that year. Even his diehard fans did not like this album one bit. And at the time, I already knew about Carti and decided to check out the album because I heard about it and there was so much hype around it, and yeah, I didn't like it either. I thought it was really bad. And even Carti knew his fans didn't like this album. He seemed pretty sensitive about it because he ended his Instagram live because his fans were calling this shit garbage.
Oh no. This can't be.
Yeah, so that's fucking embarrassing. But oddly enough, as time went on, this album's considered a cult classic, or even a classic for some reason. Whole Lotta Red basically defined or invented or reinvented the rage sound, which I would argue you should give that credit to Trippie Redd. Maybe not Carti, but whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I can understand that this album did define an era, but we're not gonna kid ourselves. This album is not perfect and is definitely not one of the best albums of all time. It's actually one of the most messiest albums I've heard in my entire life, but I can give credit where credit is due. We wouldn't have Destroyed Lonely, Ken Carson, or even Yeat. This doesn't justify people calling this album a classic. That's just ridiculous, but whatever. I can't lie though, this album did grow on me a little bit, but not as much as I wanted to, especially since I Am Music did come out recently, and I think that record is a tiny bit better, but not by much. One of my biggest issues with this album is that every song flows horribly into one another. That's why I think I Am Music was a little bit better, but again, not by much. The album immediately starts with Rockstar Made. No intro, no nothing. Not every song has to have an intro, not every album, but it would have been nice at least if you show some effort. It's all in your face, but I guess that's the point. I know I'm gonna sound like a bot, but I genuinely think Sky is the best song on the album. The beat is amazing, the way it flows, just everything about it to me is straight perfect. I see a lot of people hating on Metamorphosis. I actually really like that song too. Go to the Moon is not good. The only good part about it is the last part. Carti dedicated a whole track to Homicide Bino, or the song Bino, and maybe that was a mistake. Jump Out the House has a lot of potential, but it's just ruined by repetitiveness. Slayer and No Sleep are meh. And speaking of meh, I actually really like meh. Vamp Anthem is so hard, but also ridiculous at the same time. On That Time is good. Over and I Love You, I Hate You are such bangers, man. Teen X is actually unlistenable. Overall, Carti is the most overrated artist of all time right next to Drake. 6.7 out of 10.